Hi, it's Dr. Parikh. Now we're going to talk about how to make an appropriate plan. I've already talked about this somewhat, so I'm just going to kind of reinforce as a reminder on YouTube. You can watch things at double the speed if you hit the little gear icon and choose the speed setting. So if this all seems very familiar, you can kind of breeze through it, but still check in case I say something new that's helpful. There are a few pieces. One piece, as I've talked a lot, is to stay realistic, stay small, think baby steps. Don't think it would be really cool if very few successful writing and psych papers start with, it would be really cool if I did this, because most of these you're writing about, they don't feel that cool. But that's how, the vast majority of research in psychology is not super exciting and cool. It's moving the field forward one baby step at a time, one little variable tweak at a time. Because when you do a lot of things all at once, it's really hard to sort out what was the real push, what really made the change. So stay small, follow the molds that I've set. Because this is not, if you like research, this is not your only chance to design a research study, let alone actually do research studies. This is your chance to learn how to follow all the rules for it. When I've let students do things that kind of broke the mold a little bit, it ended up being really frustrating for them at a lot of parts. And I realized as we went how much harder it was for them than for other students in the class. And so I've learned it's much better to just put really rigid boundaries on it, because that helps you stay in a place where I can make templates and outlines for you, and I can give you really easy feedback. You can benefit from all the videos that I'm making. So although I love creativity, I love people doing something out of the box, in this class you're creating enough just by creating these ideas and writing. It just adds too much to do special things. So follow the mold, baby steps, and be realistic. Think about, what's the sort of things that you're reading about in the articles that you're looking at. And you don't have, you have to be ethical for this. I'm not letting you design it would be really cool if we raised, 100 children with no access to language and 100 children with access to 10 languages. It needs to be ethical, but it also needs to be realistic. It doesn't have to be 100% realistic and doable, but things like, instead of saying, it would be great if we could measure this one really specific thing that no measure probably exists for, you have to use an actual existing measure. Now, it could be a measure that costs $100 to administer once. I'm okay with that, which is somewhat unrealistic. But again, look at the kinds of things your articles are doing and aim for things that fall in that sort of pattern. So baby steps, be realistic, be ethical, look at what other people are doing and try to copy off of them. That's a lot of what science is moving things forward. So as you go through, and try to think in a detailed way, the template should really push you to think about, okay, well, if I'm going to collect data from these people, how do I actually recruit them? Where would I find these people? And when you're looking for a broad community sample, that can be really hard, actually. So just think about how would this actually work, and try to think about some of the details of okay, would I post a flyer? Would I ask people to go recruit for me? What am I going to do to try to get these people? So be realistic, just kind of roll with it, roll with the process. Thanks, bye.